All right, I'd like to call the Village of Cottage Grove Plan Commission meeting to order on Wednesday, February 14th. We are holding this as a hybrid meeting, meaning that we are in the Village Hall here, as well as on Zoom. The Zoom link is at the top of the agenda. There's also an audio call-in number. We have a quorum, and the agenda was properly posted, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, then, we have public appearances. This is public's opportunity to talk about anything. We just ask that you share your name, your address, your municipality, and hold your comments to no more than 3 minutes, just in case we have a number of folks who would like to speak. So with that, I will be quiet, and anybody on Zoom can either raise their hand or jump out. And we don't have anybody in the room here from the public.
Or online.
Or online, that's what I thought. Next, then, we'll move to discuss and consider our meeting minutes from our Plan Commission meeting held on January 10th. Any questions, comments, edits in regards to the meeting minutes as presented?
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, then. Any further discussion? Having heard none, all those in favor, then?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Motion carries. Next, then we have. Oh, okay, thanks, Troy.
Yep.
Next, then we have to discuss and consider the request for Miracle League of Dane County for approval of a site plan amendment to allow the construction of expanded canopy over the bleachers at the Miracle Field at Bakken Park.
Yeah, I know the applicants were planning to be here. It sounds like Mr. Schultz called Heidi and said he's stuck in traffic. I don't know, we may wrap this up before he gets here, but this is basically a extension of what they did last year with the canopies over the bleachers. They're extending it a little bit further this year. You know, the program keeps growing. It's been very successful. And it sounds like this was kind of a popular thing with the families and kids to provide some shade there, so they want to do some more of that. Really, the only conditions we had, and this was from talking with Sean, the Parks Director, just making sure everything gets coordinated in terms of timing and how they access the site, if they're storing any materials out there, where that happens, and then if there is any damage to turf or landscaping or paved areas, that gets repaired by the applicant. Oh, and it looks like they are here. Hi.
All right. Bill, I don't know if you want to speak about the plans or not, or?
Yeah, ready for us?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Now, the traffic jam on the west side.
I'm sorry to hear that. Just press the little button. It looks like a person talking, so that the folks on Zoom can hear you.
Which button do we push?
The one that looks like somebody talking.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can you hear? You want me to bring it down, or?
You can if you want.
Okay. Well, I'm Bill Schultz, Director of the Miracle League of Dane County, and this is my partner in crime, Greg Sweeney. First of all, I just want to, again, thank the village for the support they've given us over the years. It's been an incredible journey from 90 kids to 200 kids to 250 last year. We opened up registration last week, and we're already at 148. Chances are we're going to have to cap it. Not sure, but the village has been wonderful. Sean Brusiger has been incredibly helpful, and I can't tell you how many families have been, I think, blessed by the league. And what was really heartwarming this year was that we had many people come out who don't have kids in the league. I heard from one Cottage Grove resident that saw a lot of people from the village come out and just watch. So we're really pleased about that. So But what we're here tonight is to present to you some plans that we have in mind. So I'm going to hand that over to Greg.
If you were at the park last year, you saw the awnings that we put in, and those awnings basically covered the bleachers. We had added more bleachers too, because we were just, you know, we were having 250 people there a night. And so those awnings were covering the bleachers, and if you remember, as you enter into our area, there's a big concrete area there. And our idea was, if we expand this awning system to cover that concrete, we would have almost a circus tent type thing. You know, it's obviously pervious, you can see through it and everything, and it's not a solid canvas tent or anything like that. The awnings, the air moves through them very well. Matter of fact, in hot days, it was actually cool under there. You know, it's pretty neat. And our idea is to cover that whole concrete area there and turn that more into almost the crossroads, into our field. A couple games last year, we had some groups that represented some of the disabilities, Autistic Society and people like that have their groups. They like to set up tables in there, so it's our idea every week to have another group in there to present, you know, they have kids represented in our league and know about our league. We'd also like to bring some concessions up to that area because our concession stand is way back on the other side of the splash pad. And of course, we've got older people and kids with disabilities, so we'd like to bring at least something that we can sell up there. We wouldn't run the whole hot dog stand and everything. We'd probably keep that open back there and work out of there and bring stuff up in that area and possibly sell Miracle League stuff. Hats went well, and get some shirts and maybe some jackets and stuff like that, and have it a real festive crossroads there. Again, Baraboo Tent and Awning designed the new system. It was sent to a structural engineer, had it all structurally designed and analyzed, and I believe you have the 37-page report from the structural engineer. It's just like last year's, where they analyzed and designed the entire footings. They put structural analysis on every clip and where everything's connected, and it was very thorough. And so we had it done again this year. If you can briefly see this, the cleared awnings there is what was in place last year. And that, again, that covered all the bleacher area. And now what I highlighted there is what we're adding. And it's 7 more footings. And they're sizable footings. This is quite a structure. I mean, we put 7 of these posts in last year. Actually, we put 14 posts in, but 7 of them had footings. And the footings are 3.5 foot wide and 7 foot deep. And these 7 that we're putting in will also be that substantial. And what he did at Baraboo Tent and Awning in the design, we only had to have 1 extra column in the walkway area. And what he did, he made that a taller column to give it the circus tent effect. Baraboo Tent and Awning, they do all circus world stuff, you know. So that's how it's designed. So US Vets is our contractor again, out of McFarland. They did our footings last year. They're back on board to do the footings as soon as the ground clears that we can get in there. We understand that there is some finished product in there now from everything got finished last year, and we're already looking into that. There won't be any concrete trucks up there. They'll buggy all the concrete in. We've also hired US Vets twice a year to help us put these awnings up and take it down. So they're kind of on our retainer for as long as they'll do it. This isn't a volunteer type job. You know, we've built a facility here. We need some facility maintenance, and we're willing to hire them twice a year to do that. And they've been real good to us and helping us out. And when they come to put up all these awnings in the spring, They will work with Baraboo Tent Awning on the initial put-up of everything. They took them down last year. They took the existing awnings down, US Vets did, and they'll work with them that day to put everything back up. So they've got the process down twice a year, and we will store them at the field. We are gonna pour another concrete slab. We need a little more storage room because all these awnings have to go in for winter storage, all our signage, our backstop pads and everything. So we're starting to build up some material, and so we'll probably get another shed there also. And in case you hadn't heard, we have decided to dedicate the field to Bill Schultz.
Not my idea.
Wasn't Bill's idea. And we came up with that idea because we were looking into permanent signage for the field. And so we thought if we're gonna get some permanent signage, we wanted the name of the field. So we knew it was gonna be done one day, so we thought we'd do it now while we're getting new signage too. So we're working with Ryan Signs. We will get a big sign underneath our scoreboard, say, welcome to the Bill Schultz Miracle Field. We're also getting a ground sign as you enter into our field. We actually patterned it after the sign that's at the entrance at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So a lot of the printing and the shape of the signing is a replica of that. And that'll be ground mounted as you enter into our now awning area, you know, our circus area. So we're pretty excited. So this will all be in place by opening day. Middle of May, we hope to, well, we're actually having an event at the end of May dedicating the field and having the first pitch ceremony and everything like that. Invite all the kids, all the coaches, all the buddies, so there could be a crowd, you know, that's 500-600 people right there, not counting parents and neighbors and grandmas and grandpas that come out. So we're pretty excited. And if registrations are at 150 right now, we're at least 3 nights a week, for sure. Again, 3 games a night.
We have a contingency where we would add Monday night if we have to go over that, but now we're gonna run into a dilemma where if we start getting over that, then we have to get more creative. But we've tried to have the older kids play the last game, which starts at 7:30, but even they get tired, so it's.
So it's a good problem that we're, you know, again, it's gonna be over 300 volunteers. So it takes about 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 volunteer per player. And that's what it works out to be. So if you have 250, you know, you're at 325 for volunteers, if we go over that. So it's not just getting the players. Now, if you create 4 more teams, you need 8 more coaches. If you need another night, you need another scoreboard operator, another play-by-play person, and umpires. And so it's not just the players, it's kind of exponentially grows once you get more kids in. So we want to keep it good, and we want to keep it a class out operation, and that we can serve the kids. The idea is get as many kids as we can to play, and we'll go with that. Again, thank you for all your help.
All right, any questions from commission members?
What color are the sails gonna be?
This is kind of
It's kind of a yellow and blue.
it'll
So
be
si-
the same colors as the.
Similar to what's already there?
Yes.
What's out there, yeah.
It's the same fabric, same colors.
Yeah. I thought I had some fabrics here, but I don't. You know, it's an orange, a yellow, and a blue.
Right.
And this will just continue in that color scheme. And it went well with the awnings. I was surprised the awnings in the splash pad too. They just kind of fit together there.
It did.
Yeah, that Bakken Park was just unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, what's happened there in the last, well, we just started construction 3 years ago last fall. you know, look at everything. It's a showcase, it really is. It's a beautiful park. So
Thank
thank you for letting us be part of it.
I think this is a great problem to have, to continue to expand and really change the lives of families across Dane County. And so thank you so much for bringing this to Cottage Grove and really bringing your vision. Bill, congratulations. I know there's been a lot of hard work to bring this reality, and now to see it blossom. And I hope to make it to the dedication ceremony in May.
You're all invited, we'll get you an email reminding you of it, so.
Yeah, season tickets for everybody.
Awesome.
Perfect.
It's
And we'll
not a
have,
bribe or anything.
Yeah.
we'll have a little more shade to enjoy too. So with that, I don't want to cut off any other questions, but I would make a motion to approve the request from Miracle League of Dane County for approval of a site plan amendment to allow construction of an expanded canopy over the bleachers at the Miracle Field at Bakken Park with staff conditions.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second then. Any further discussion?
If we just want to repeat the conditions, because I don't think they were here yet when I was going through them. It's stuff you do anyway, just coordinating with Sean on the timing and how you access the site, and just if there's any damage to anything existing, we'd want it cleaned
Yeah,
up.
he wanted that involved in the notes for the meeting, that, and we've talked about that, I've talked to that with you as vet. You know, we realize we're in a finished area, you know. So we're not gonna have big bulldozers or anything like that, you know, so. And the concrete trucks won't be up in the park, won't go further in the parking lots.
With that then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Greg.
Did I bring up the dome we're putting on?
That's next year.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
All right. With that, then, move on to item 7, which is discuss and consider a developer request for a special plan commission meeting to be held perhaps on March 27th, Wednesday.
This would be for Heyday Development. They're working on a project across the street to the north from Shady Grove. Our regular schedule didn't quite work with their proposed schedule to try and get things up and running on their timeline, so they were hoping we could accommodate this request, so.
Any concerns?
And if not that night, they said they could do any night that week if something else is better.
Isn't that spring break
It
around
is.
here? Like, all of the schools are on spring break.
Yeah, that is MG's spring break, yeah.
The universities,
Yeah, the universities also, yeah.
Madison schools. I'm projected to be out of town right
I was gonna say. I thought that's where you were going with that, Fred.
Actually, I will be too, but I'll log in from wherever we are, so.
I guess as long as we don't have more than one missing, then, unless.
I have
we-
no issues with the date. My turtle and I can go on a vacation anytime. It's actually my son's turtle, but
So we should. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be jealous because wherever Fred's at on holiday. All right. All right.
I'll make a motion to, schedule a special meeting on Wednesday, March 27th.
And I would second.
All right. Motion second then. Any further discussion? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Motion carries. Future agenda items? Aaron?
Yeah, so other than that, at our regular March meeting, we'll have Foundations Dance, which is seeking site plan approval and rezoning kind of across the street from Artisan Square. That's the one I know for sure. There may be a few other things as well.
Okay. Item 9.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion and second then, non-debatable. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
Aye.
Have a good week.